Hi, my name's Amy. I'm going to run through with you a yoga for runners routine. It's a 20-minute routine and it's my go-to routine for when I don't have much time. It focuses on all those running muscles, especially the hip flexors, the glutes and the hamstrings. So all you need for this class is a mat and a cushion or a pillow. So grab your mat and let's get started. Okay, we're going to start sitting on our knees, and with the option of tucking your toes underneath just to give your feet a really good stretch out. This is great if you get plantar fasciitis or sore feet. And we're just going to do a little stretch for the upper body. So interlace your fingers and then just lift your arms up as high as they can go, looking up to the sky. And just take 3 deep breaths here. And just being aware of your body, just noticing those tight areas. Don't have any judgment, just being aware. Okay, so just bringing your arms down. I'm just going to stretch the side of your body. So bring your right arm up, placing the left hand on the ground, and then just bringing the right arm all the way over to the left side, over your head. 3 deep breaths here. Really tuning into your body. And then bringing that arm down and then bringing the left arm over to the right side, over your head. Feeling that nice stretch along the side of the body. And if this is too much for your feet, like it is for mine, you can then untuck your toes. 1 more deep breath here. And then just coming back to the center, and we're just going to do a little head stretch, so just turning your head to the right, and then all the way to the other side, and then back to center, and then just looking down, tucking your chin, and then lifting all the way up to the sky. Just give yourself a nice stretch. Okay, and we just do a couple of warm-up exercises. So let's come into hands and knees position. So your knees are directly underneath your hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. If you do get sore wrists or sore knees, the little tip, you can roll up your mat just for that extra support on those areas. Take a deep breath in, and we're going to round the back as we exhale. Inhale, looking up to the ceiling as we arch the back. We'll just do 3 rounds. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, looking up, arch the back. This is a great back stretch just to warm up the spine. Exhale, rounding, and then 1 more. Inhale, looking up and arching the back. And then we're just going to thread the needle. So lifting that, we'll do the left. Lift the left arm all the way up to the sky. Thread the needle underneath the right hand, placing the left ear on the mat. And then we're going to, you can stay here if you like. This might be enough without the arm. Just take 3 deep breaths here. If you'd like to add on, you can lift that right arm all the way up to the sky. You can close your eyes if you like and really just tune in with your body. And exhale, let it all out. Let go as you exhale. Placing the right hand on the mat, we're going to lift the right hand this time up to the sky, and then threading the needle underneath the left hand, threading the arm, and then right ear comes down to the mat. Option of staying here, or the option of adding on. 3 deep breaths here. Really nice upper body twist. It feels good for me with all the massage. And running also tightens up our upper body. We don't feel like it does. We focus on our stretching out our legs and glutes, but the upper body really needs a good stretch as well with running. They do a lot of work, less impact, but they do a lot of work. And then just bring that right hand up to the sky and then back down to the mat. And we're going to come into our first down dog. So tuck the toes underneath, lifting from the hips, and we're just going to bring the hips up as high as we can and pushing back into our hips rather than pushing down through the heels. And make sure you've got a nice grip on the mat with your hands. You're almost pushing down into the hands as well as pushing up through the hips. Feel a nice stretch through the hamstrings. Because this is our first down dog, you can just walk the feet out, keeping your head in line with the spine. Just do whatever feels right for your body. You might like to walk your feet out, you might like to come up onto your toes, and then lifting up through the heels to bring yourself back. And we're just going to come into a chaturanga. So if you've done yoga before, you probably know chaturanga just coming straight down, but if that is too much for you today, you can do knees down and then chest and chin and come into baby cobra. Or if you'd like to do the full version, just chaturanga straight down, pulling forward from the hips and then coming into up dog. Looking up to the sky. I love this back stretch. And then tuck the toes, or come back to your heels and then come back into downward facing dog. And that's about as much yoga flow we'll do today. The rest we'll just do some stretching. So lifting the right leg up, and let's bring it in between our hands into a forward lunge. Place the left knee down on the ground and then just lunging forward. Feel a nice stretch through the left hip flexor, bringing your arms up to the sky. 3 deep breaths here, and if you'd like to add on, you can bring that left hand over your head, same arm as the back leg. Just feel a nice side stretch as well as the hip flexor stretch. Again, you can roll up a mat for your knee if it's too much to be on your knees. I'm going to come back for a hamstring stretch. So lifting the toes, straightening that leg, hands on the ground. Try and keep a nice straight line through your spine. 3 deep breaths here. This one can feel quite intense if your hammies are tight. And then we're just going to do a little movement between those two exercises. So just coming into a lunge and then coming back into the hamstring stretch. Forward, back, and forward. And then we're going to do adductors, so just bring that leg out to the side. Just going to do a little bit of mobility, so just lift that leg 3 times. 1, 2, let's go 5. 3, 4, 5, and then a little bit of hip mobility. Just bend that leg, and we're going to go forward 5 times. 2, 3, 4. This is a great exercise to do after your run, stretch to do. It's active mobility. And then we're going to go backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then place that knee down and then tuck the toes. Let's come back into another down dog. Lifting up through the hips. Let's bring the left leg up this time and bring it forward in between your hands. Dropping that back knee. And then bringing the arms up to the sky. 3 deep breaths here. Feeling, being aware of what is tight, and if sometimes there's an imbalance, one side will feel tighter than the other. Just being aware of that. Might even feel this one in the lower back if it's tight, and then coming back into that hamstring stretch. 3 deep breaths here. Bringing that leg out to the side. Oh, lovely. My dog is behind the camera there, just chewing on a bone. Okay, we'll do fire hydrant, so leg out to the side, and then lifting that leg. 3, 4, 5. Bend that leg, we'll do some circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then coming back into downward facing dog, another nice hamstring stretch. Lifting up through the heels. So from downward facing dog, we're going to bring one leg in and then heel toe out to the side, and then drop that back leg. Grab your cushion first. We're going to come into a runner's lunge. So if you can, bring your elbows down to the mat, but if you can't get down to the mat, bring the mat to you. So grab a cushion or a pillow and then just place your elbows onto the cushion. If you can't do this, then just hands on if that's enough for you with your hands on your mat, then just stay with your hands there. So just coming into whatever feels right for you today. We're going to hold this for 5 deep breaths. Great one to stretch out the hips, adductors. And then just toe heel that leg across to the other side, and then bringing the knee down. We're going to come into pigeon. Bring the knee down to the mat. Make sure that back leg is straight behind you. And then you can either come down onto your elbows or come all the way down onto your head. Just giving that hip a nice stretch. Great for the piriformis, glutes, glute med. 5 deep breaths here. Okay, and then coming back up into down dog. We're going to switch sides, so left foot comes forward, drop the back knee, heel toe out to the side, doing the runner's lunge first, coming down to the cushion, staying where you are with your hands, or bringing your elbows to your mat. 5 deep breaths here, and this side feels tighter for me. It's my stronger side. It's funny though, I feel it on my right when I run, or if I have any issues, it's always my right hip, but my left hip is always tighter. One more breath here, and then just moving your cushion, heel toe over to the other side of the mat, drop the knee, back leg straight, take a deep breath in, and then exhale as you come down into your position. Hold it here for 5 deep breaths, just really let go, bringing awareness to that tight area, and telling it to let go of the tension. Okay, and then coming back up into downward facing dog. And then we're just going to walk our feet forward. We're going to do a forward fold. So just grabbing onto your elbows and just staying here in that forward fold. You can bend your knees if your hamstrings are really tight. This is a great stretch to do if you're feeling anxious or feeling like you're racing. It's just really bringing the head below the heart, just really calms your body. It's very calming. 2 more breaths here. Okay, and then just bringing your feet out a bit wider. Let's come into a squat. This is a great one to realign the spine. Do a lot of running. It's a really good one for the hips. If you need to, you can place your feet out a bit wider, or you can place like a cushion underneath the hips or a book underneath the heels, and then just pushing your knees out. I'll stay here for 5 breaths. This is a good one to hold for as long as possible. Nice stretch through the adductors too. They get really tight. We forget about the adductors. Last deep breath. Exhale. Okay, and let's come down onto the mat. And we'll bend one leg in, coming over to the straight leg, lifting the arms up, and then bending from the hips. Grabbing onto wherever you can grab, your shin, your ankle, or your toes. And then just making sure you're aligned. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Make sure you're straight. Keep your head in line with the spine. 3 deep breaths here. Oh, the sun's come out. It's pretty cool today in Sydney, or the Blue Mountains I should say. So that sun is beautiful. Okay, coming back up, we'll just do a little twist. Left hand on your knee, and then bring your right hand up over head towards your toes. And the left arm can come along beside the straight leg if you like. I find that more comfortable and more of a stretch. Oh, that sun is so nice. I feel like a lizard. Soaking it up. Alright, let's come to the other side. Right leg is the straight leg, left leg bends in. Twist to the straight leg, bring your arms up, and then gently forward fold over your leg. Don't force any stretch, just go where you can go today. Definitely don't want to stretch too much or try and grab your toes when you can't grab them yet. Just grab wherever is comfortable, and with enough stretching, you will eventually be able to grab your toes. Okay, coming up, and let's twist. Right hand on the left knee, just twist. And then bringing that left arm overhead all the way towards the toes. In COVID, when I was doing yoga every day, I used to be able to grab my toes. I should do yoga every day again, but it's just not, I just haven't been at the moment. It's possible. I just haven't. A new goal maybe. Wow, this side feels tighter for me. I feel like I could stay here for ages. Another 2 deep breaths. And coming out of this one, Okay, let's come onto our backs now. Bend your knees, bringing your feet up towards your hips. Bring your arms out and then just lower slowly down on the mat. Let's do some bridges. Always good for the hips and hammies. So keep your arms on the mat and then just lifting up all the way up. So before you lift, keep your feet planted into the ground. So push down through your feet, clench your glutes, and then lifting up. And then hold here. Make sure you've got a nice straight line from your knees all the way to your shoulders. You don't want to be down here or too far up. Just keeping your glutes tight, and then we're just going to lower for 5 and up. Do some little pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down. And now let's hold bridge. Bridge is always fun. Okay, so just bringing your feet up. You can bend your knees. So bend your knees and keep your legs straight. And then just coming up, lifting your head off the mat, keeping your core nice and tight. We're just going to hold for 5. If you'd like to make this a little bit more harder, you can straighten your legs. So hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring the legs in. A little rest. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Bringing the legs out wherever you can today. Arms to the side. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring those legs in. Give it a little roll. Massage your back. Gentle side to side rock. All right, one more time. Bring your legs out wherever feels comfortable for you today. And then arms to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing your knees in. Well done. That's a good core strengthener. Okay, so just rocking from side to side. Just going to bring your legs down to the left side, arm out to the side, and looking over towards your left arm. Pushing down on that right knee if you want to have a bit more of a stretch. Through the back. And then bringing your legs over to the other side. Nice twist to finish off. Well done. That is pretty much my go-to routine. And then coming down into Shavasana. So we're just going to relax here. Legs out to the side, arms out to the side. And just, this is the best part. Just relax. You've worked hard, you've gone for a run, you've done some stretching. Now it's time to just be still. And let go. feel free to stay in Shavasana for, I recommend, as long as you can. But if you need to finish, come over onto your side and slowly make your way up to a seated position. And thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.